She woke up to sucking. A deep groan pulled her out of a dream and dropped her heavily in the midst of 3 very hungry women. Only when her eyes fluttered open and she registered the hot mouths on her breasts and on her pussy, Remy realized the groan was her own. Naked. She lay naked against a white sheets, while the 3 terracotta women, sex goddesses with upturned asses, mouths that licked, sucked wickedly at her nipples and clit, churned her body to hot liquid. She slid her hands into Letta's long hair, while the woman nibbled at her breast, nipping at the skin with sharp teeth until Remy sighed in the bed, brought to awareness by the pain. Across from her, by the way, these are triplets, sorry, identical triplets. All right, she slid her hands into Letta's long hair, while the woman nibbled at her breast, nipping at the skin with sharp teeth until Remy sighed in the bed, brought to awareness by the pain. Across from her, Matsuko played a gentler game, sucking the hard nipple into her mouth and agitating it with her tongue. Despite the strangeness of it, 3 sisters who liked to fuck together, Remy had always enjoyed her encounters with the Nakamura women. In sex, they never touched each other, preferring instead to wait their turn when it came to getting access to Remy's body, or latching onto their favorite part of her, or second favorite, until the other sister was finished. They shared their sex with true pleasure, laughing, teasing, and baring their delicious bodies with an innocence Remy found refreshing. Chance crouched between her thighs. She recognized that wicked mouth anywhere. It completely covered Remy's pussy in heat, sucking on her clit. Her tongue diving into Remy's pussy that had gotten wet in sleep and now throbbed, swelled, wept to feel those beautiful women, their mouths bringing heated pleasure. The sleep gradually fell away until she was aware enough to begin feeling her way to satisfaction. Their hands reaching out for twin bushy mounds, seeking between swollen and sticky lips to find clits and slits attached to women who attached to her, who writhed against the sheets as she fucked them lazily with her fingers. They moaned against her breast, their voices rising and falling, a chorus of sex, their pussies moving against her hands, swallowing her fingers that skimmed and dove in their foamy salt seas. Breaths catching, moans rising, chants between her legs, eating her pussy with groaning enthusiasm, her ass wiggling in the air, fucking the air. The side of her heart-shaped ass, its pale curve kissed by the sun, peeking through the windows, sent Remy diving gratefully off the edge. She clenched her teeth over a harsh groan, hips jerking against Chance's face. One of the women came. Maybe it was all 3. But Chance sat up, wiping her chin. "I brought toys," she purred. It was sublimely mindless. Remy buried herself in the act of fucking, taking what the women wanted, obliterating her exhaustion for something better. Perfect, shining awareness of her body as an instrument, even as she strapped the thick red dick to her hips and Nicoletta bent over her in the bed, on hands and knees, pink tongue licking her own lips in anticipation of Remy's touch. And Remy gave that touch, pussy glistening and open, petulant lips that Letta reached back to spread and pinch. And the red dick sank in, nuzzled against Remy's clit, and she was gone, up to her eyeballs in pleasure, and groaning as if her soul were pouring out into the women under her. First Nicoletta, then Matsuko, slamming into hungry cunts that foamed and clutched around her intrusion. When it was Chance's turn, she insisted on fucking her face first, looking into Remy's eyes. She sat on the marble-topped sofa table, legs spread, back against the wall, waiting with thickening pussy lips until Remy lifted her, grasped the firm globes of her ass, and thrust the dick deep into her already soaking pussy. A hand flat against the wall behind Chance's head, fucking her until their sweat ran together like two rivers, intent on being one. Behind them, Remy was dimly aware of Nicoletta and Matsuko watching and touching themselves, separate but joined together in pleasure. She felt their gaze on her naked back, on the bunch and release of her ass muscles as she fucked their eldest sister. The slam, slam, slam of the table against the wall, Chance's gasping shouts, screaming Remy's name, punctuated with inciting words in Italian, faster, yes, more, fuck me, do it, harder, yes.
Yes.
Acceptable. That made Remy want to keep fucking her forever. Chance was great for her ego. In the midst of the pleasure ravaging in her belly, Remy laughed. This was good.
Yeah.